My name is Federico Giani from IM, Azienda Elettrica di Massagno, a distribution system operator in Canton Ticino in south of Switzerland. I'm part of the research and development division in the company as a project manager specialized in smart grid with a background in electrical engineering. IM, as for all the DSOs in Switzerland, is a DSO, but it is also an energy retailer, and we also operate in some kind of way as an ESCO. I mean, managing energy communities, creating energy communities, and providing some small services, like, for example, district heating in one company that is called Capriasca Calore in the municipality of Capriasca. In the FEDECOM project, we are responsible for the Swiss pilot. In this pilot, we have a federation of 3 energy communities located in Capriasca. The main use cases we are going to investigate, or demo scenarios in the project, are 4. The first one is we would like to increase the overall system efficiency, introducing a new user awareness mechanism. The idea is to provide our end users, the community members, with information on the possible, we can say, reduce of performance from a photovoltaic system or from thermal and electrical system. Like, for example, in our case, we have a lot of heat pumps and electric boilers. Then, as a second use case, we would like to investigate how to use the residential flexibility to perform services, the residential flexibility available in each energy communities to perform services for the local distribution grid. In this case, the idea is to prevent possible congestion in the power lines and trying to avoid as much as possible grid investment, reduce the needs of grid investment. Then another important 2 aspects that we have, we would like to investigate is the integration of an intra and an inter-community trading of flexibility and also energy between inside each energy community, but also between the energy communities. And then we would like to investigate also the possibility to aggregate the flexibility in the entire federation, so among the energy communities, to provide services to, for example, a balancing service provider, or, as I said before, for us as a distribution system operator. In over the past 18 months for the Swiss pilot, we have mainly working, we can say, in 2 different paths. In the first one, we focus on the installation that we need to perform to have the pilot ready for the validation of the use cases that I mentioned before. Among this installation, we complete, for example, in Arena Innovation Community, that is one of the 3 energy communities we have in Federation. We complete the installation of a district battery with 20 kilowatt hours of capacity, and a photovoltaic system of 83 kilowatt peak. And we also integrate them in our system. It means that we install the smart meter, we start gathering data and connect everything with our advanced metering infrastructure that is already operational. Then we complete the installation for Lugaggia Innovation Community of 2 additional grid monitoring devices. In this case, not for the medium voltage that is very well monitored, and it is not part of the energy community, but for the low voltage. That is quite important. We decide to install at the secondary side of the medium voltage low voltage transfer station a new device to monitor the entire secondary side of the transformer, but also the single feeder that supply the energy community. And then we install another device to monitor all the electrical parameters, also at the distribution cabinet at the energy community. And this way, we will have a full monitoring also of the grid, and we will be able to investigate what happens if we perform flexibility control. There are also some installations that are still pending. For example, always in Lugaggia Innovation Community, but this time on the residential side, we need to install a sensor, for example, temperature, humidity sensor, and sub-meters to measure the single asset, like heat pump, electric boilers, and small PV system, residential ones, I mean, and also smart thermostat. This is something we are working on. We are going to do it in the next months, and we are in touch with the end users to reach an agreement on that. And instead, the second path that is quite important, it is for the project, is related to the integration of data. So I mean collection, integration, and sharing of data. In this case, starting from the beginning of the project, we implement our data management platform together with our technical partner, Power. This platform collects the data from all the smart meters in the energy community, actually from the entire distribution grid, but here in the project, it is focused on the energy communities, on the federation. And we gather this information with a granularity, this data with a granularity of 50 minutes. And this data coming from the smart meters with 3 years of historical data are available to the project partners via REST API in a full anonymized way. That means that we are not going to exchange any personal data related to our customers. And then we are working also on a second solution that is the IM R&D server. In this server that we start to set up at the beginning of January 2024, we are implementing a new database. In this database, the idea is to integrate the data coming from all the other sensors from the energy community. On this way, we will have a similar solution as Flexo, but also for all the other sensors and also with different granularities. Like, for example, the grid monitoring devices that I mentioned before that measure with a granularity of 1 minute, and also the temperature sensors and so on that we are going to install inside the buildings. Also, this solution that we are currently testing, the API together with another partner that we have here in the project, that is Subsi. And for this solution, this once will be operational, we will have the possibility to give access to our partners here in the FEDECOM project, usually also with the REST API, to all this data. All the information that I mentioned are reported in 2 deliverables, deliverable 7.1 and deliverable 7.2 that are public.